Lesson 49, Drill Down. In this lesson, we'll take a look at the expand collapse buttons in a pivot table, or how to see the detail behind any number. So here we have a pivot table with two different fields in the row labels area, product and customer. And notice that by default, we now have the minus and plus signs drawn in. If I would click the minus sign, we'll basically collapse the ABC and hide all of the customer detail. You can do the same thing for DEF or XYZ. Although a much faster way to go is to choose one of the product fields. On the Pivot Table Tools Options dialog box, come to Active Field and let's say Expand Entire Field or Active Field, Collapse Entire Field. Now notice you have to be careful about which field you've selected before you use Expand or Collapse. An interesting situation is if I would go to the Customer field where there is no detail below it, and I would ask to expand this field. Microsoft says, sure, I'll be happy to do that. Which field would you like me to add? So we choose region and click OK, and now we have additional information by region. To collapse the regions, I choose the Customer field and then go to Collapse Entire Field. That hides all of the details underneath it. Well, these expand and collapse options are pretty cool. They were in the previous version of Excel, but because we didn't have the plus and minus signs, they certainly weren't as obvious. And even if you've been using pivot tables in the past, this functionality might be new to you. Let me expand all of our fields. Another amazing feature about pivot tables is they allow people to all of a sudden notice trends in the data. I'll move regions going across, and we might discover someone in a staff meeting says, well, wait a second, I don't believe this customer bought $136,000 in the central region. They usually don't buy from the central region. Where did that number come from? If you are interested in any number in a pivot table, simply double-click that number. Now let me point out that the pivot table worksheet is where my original data was. My pivot table is now on sheet 2, but when I double-click a number, I now get a brand new sheet inserted to the left of my original sheet that has all of the records that make up that dollar amount. So there's the $136,774 just by double-clicking on it. I can double-click on any cell. So if I would come down here and double-click on this number, I would get a brand new sheet showing me all of the detail records that make up that number. Of course, now if there's something wrong in one of these records, we want to go back to the pivot table, fix it here, and then refresh the pivot table on the Options dialog box. Well, there you have it, a couple of amazing features, the expand and collapse features, as well as double-click any cell to drill down. I hope you found that helpful, and thanks for watching.
Looking to advance your career by acquiring new skills? Tired of expensive off-site training programs? Wish you could learn from the best instructors in the industry? Look no further than live lessons. Self-paced, personal video instruction by the world's leading technology publishers. Each live lesson comes with a DVD featuring 3 to 4 hours of instructor-led classroom training, sample program code that allows you to work along with your personal instructor, and an example-rich study guide. Live lessons allow you to watch the entire course from start to finish, or navigate directly to any of the individual lessons. You'll literally watch over the shoulder of your instructor as he shows you how to build state-of-the-art applications. Live lessons, the power of the world's leading technology experts at your fingertips. To learn more, visit mylivelessons.com today.